What's your relationship status?
Relationship status. I'm single. My name is Kadeem.
Are you dating?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. I'm into transportation, so dispatching, anything, logistics, driving trucks, and I'm also a personal trainer.
Of course. Of course, though, because you look like this.
Agree with you though that it's not healthy to hold on to someone that was once romantic, especially if you're looking to really move on. It wouldn't be right to the next person that you're with.
Yeah, it's over. It's done. If you held on to that, then why are you leaving that situation? Yeah, that means you still have work to do there. If you feel that, like maybe you put an expiration date on it just because you're impatient. You're trying to force someone to be at a certain place. So it's just like, then you say, well, I'm going to move on and find that person that's going to meet me at that place. Now you got to start all over. You got to start all over rather than, because sometimes you have to become a certain person for that person to be. It's like this. I look at it like a stepping stone. That's how relationships are. You know what I'm saying? It's just like in business. If I'm ignorant to certain things, I'm not at that place yet. It's like with faith, you can be reading something in the Bible. You may not understand it until you get there. Like, life has brought you to a certain point to where so now it resonates with you to say, oh, I feel that now. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta, everything is like, you gotta get to certain points. You won't really find out what type of mate you have unless you're in a certain place.
Okay.
Like if I'm rich and I meet a beautiful woman, I'm like, she's doing everything I need her to do. She's the perfect woman. Now I don't have. Now you have to see what type of woman that is.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what type of woman that is?
What do you mean?
Like, do you know what type of woman that would be for you?
Like, if I didn't have anything?
If you like the perfect woman, do you
perfect
think that's a
woman?
perfect woman?
There's no perfect anything.
Tell us what you look for in a woman. Give us some qualities.
I would say qualities I look for is a woman that's family oriented, also selfless, and health is very important. It doesn't always show up in, like, I would say, a routine. Like, let's just say a woman doesn't work out, but there's different things in her routine that shows like she worries about her health. It can be, she takes time in doing her hair, or worrying about hygiene, stuff like that. That's all a part of health also. So and also it's like one of those things where she doesn't mind routine, like the day-to-day. Like sometimes people get tired of like routine. Sometimes when they want to break out of routine, they just do like the weirdest stuff. Like it's crazy.
Like what do you do?
It's crazy. Like, let's just say they're like, I don't feel like doing this, and they will just stop doing it for like weeks at a time. It's just like, that's the routine. It's like one of those things you can't. It's one of those involuntary things you just don't think about. It just has to be done.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because if it's not done, it kind of messes up everything. Like everything flows on how that's supposed to work.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Some things, sometimes it just has to be done.
Okay.
And those are like the three main things I think is like very important for me.
All right.
Talking stage, you said like when it comes to you don't believe in like starting as friends and then becoming romantic. When it comes to dating, do you believe it's a talking stage before you decide to date the person seriously?
With dating, like that's tough because like sometimes I feel like when men are different, but sometimes I feel like when women see a certain man, they're like, this is exactly who, from attraction wise, this is exactly who I want. But then it then becomes, they start talking, you start finding out more about them. And with some people, it's like, I can work with that. You know, depending on like how good it looks, like I can work with that. Like,
So you saying that it almost inevitably have to be a stage of talking to get to know before you decide to be serious?
yeah, talking to get to know, just being around them. It's just like you're just chilling at this point. You're going out, you know. You don't have to have it. Me personally, I kind of have an open mind. Like, if someone says, what type of woman are you looking for? If I tell you exactly what type of woman you're looking for, you're gonna try to be that exact woman you're looking for.
You know, I worry about that, like especially, you know, with being a woman and when guys like want to know questions like that. It's just like, I don't, you know, you don't want to just tell someone. I almost feel like the type or like what you're looking for, it should be discovered, you know, in the other person. Or even, I feel like you should be given clues. Not clues, you should, clues of like what you expect or what you prefer, or you should be letting the person know if they are what you want along the way. You know, you should, if someone's showing you something that you like, you know, I feel like, you know, because I believe in, you know, rewarding, especially even like with the love languages, right? I think that's why that's the thing, you're asking someone what their love language is. And it's two different types. I feel like we don't always show love the same way that we want to receive it. So I think it's helpful to know how do you show love and how do you prefer to receive it. Yeah. So I mean, do you show a person in ways, or do you tell them when they're doing something that you like?
That I like. I mean, yeah, it's funny how I do things because it's just like it's like a coach or something like that. Like we could be having a conversation. I don't really. If I'm trying to get information from someone, I'm never going to ask you a question.
Okay.
I'm just going to talk. And I'm going to say things. And it's like I'll pick out, and everything you're saying, it's like I'll pick out. And then if I really want to know how strongly you feel about it, I'll ask you in another way.
Okay.
So I know, like, it's just like on like a job interview. And you're like, why they asking me all these questions? They're getting information.
Yeah.
You can try to be as perfect as you want in answering the right question, but they know how they're asking these questions, like what the real answer is. So it's just like, you know, I'll be talking, and we just talking, and as we're talking, and you say something that like we're compatible, we're the same, I'll like smile, and I'll like shake your hand or something, like something like that.
What does that mean?
Like say we're talking, and you say something, and I'll be like, we'll shake hands on it. And that gives you, they'll resonate with you, like, oh, he, you know, he's that the same way or something like that. And I'll just keep going. Or I'll just ask you, like, you know, can you elaborate on something just so I can get more clarity? But I'll never say, I don't like that. I'm not with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That tells that person, like, I'm not okay with you being you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't do that to people.
Right. And that makes sense when you said that you open. You know, so you open to consider someone else's perspective, if you have a better understanding.
Yeah, you have to be like, I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
Like you could tell me something like I don't like women like that.
Mhm.
You can say, well, I'm this way because, and I'm like, well, I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah,
But if I shut you down before you even explain, it's just like I don't even want to tell them why.
exactly. It's, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not even gonna talk to them about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like leave that person open to it. Let them feel comfortable
Mhm.
to explain themselves. Like don't feel like, oh, he's so judgy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can shut somebody down before they even want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Now you're talking to a defensive person.
Mhm.
Tell us how that's going. Like, are you seriously dating anyone, or are you just keeping your options open?
Dating, keeping my options open.
Do you believe in marriage?
Yeah, I believe in marriage.
Have you ever been married?
I've been married.
And are you a father yet?
Yeah, I'm father.
Okay, well, you said you've been married, so are you divorced?
I'm divorced.
Okay, he's divorced. Are you saying that a woman should be open to letting a man know when she wants something more?
Yeah, like if I'm willing to, if you are not, if you are, but it's just like I'm open to progressing things forward. No pressure on you. I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? It's just giving someone the idea, like, okay, if I wanna, not if I want to, but it's like I want to, but I'm not sure if she feels the same way. But sometimes it's that reassurance, like it's okay. Like it's like I think for me, it's like I need to give consent with everything. Like
What is that about?
what hearing consent.
Yeah, what is that about?
I don't know. I mean, it's like I'll tease to show like, yeah, I'm interested in taking things further. And it's like just so you know, like, I'm willing to take it in.
So how do you, so you saying that you don't know, you don't always feel motivated to move things forward unless the woman is, unless the woman shows you that she want to move things forward?
It's one of those things like you have a sense. If you pay attention, you have a sense when someone is talking to someone else or is entertaining multiple people. I don't care who you are. Like if you're paying attention, you understand. Like, oh yeah, because it's like the effort I'm putting in. It's like she's not receiving it.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's receiving it, but she's not receiving it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you know that as a man, like I'm doing this, and it's not for like I'm doing this because, but it's more so like I'm doing this because it's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's not being received. So when you start tapering back, it's like one of those things you're gauging. Like, all right, let me taper back to see if she notices. And if she doesn't, because she'll say something like, why does it seem like you're not doing this and that? The person that doesn't care is just like, they're just still going on about it. So now you can like kind of slowly like phase out. And then you'll see like, she won't say nothing for a while, but if that other situation don't work out, she'll reach back out and say, hey, like I wonder what happened to us. And it's just like, you were basically, someone was a step ahead of you in whatever race you were in, or someone has come back. So it's just like, before you really go like fully in, you need to kind of like gauge to see if like she's open to that, in my opinion. And it can be the same way with women.
I don't know, because I'm really commitment minded, and I believe that women that are commitment minded usually they are usually in it with you, especially if they're showing up when you schedule a date.
Mm-hmm.
If they are like,
You say if they're showing
if
up,
they're
you said,
making
okay.
themselves available.
Oh, you always supposed to do
Yeah.
certain things. Not saying like, that's why I say like, that's one part of the relationship. There's normal things you're supposed to do to show leadership. Like, let me schedule a date, let me do this, let me do that. Those are just basic things. I'm talking about like things to move that needle forward. Like, what are you doing besides that? Like, to show that you're interested in somebody.
You mean what a woman is doing?
No, what are you both doing?
Okay, with the man. Okay, both. So how you both showing each other that you want to move forward, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think this is where a lot of people get stuck, and that's why I wanted to talk about. Do you feel if do you feel there's a dating epidemic?
What do you mean, like people are just dating just to date?
Dating just to date, or dating without clear direction, dating with not knowing how to do it. You know, like it almost seemed like we all just like, I don't know what we doing here. You know, what are we doing?
I mean, if you think about, I go back to like, because I feel like I like kind of grew up with my mother. She's a young mom. She was a young mom. So I feel like when I watched how they used to date, they used to hang around. People used to hang around each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be some time, like they'll hang around each other. You know, they'll be around each other, and then it's just like, next thing you know, they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
And that takes time. And it's just like, that's just how it was.
Yeah, and that takes me back to like being friends before you decide. You know, and I guess not
But
friends.
that's what I'm saying.
Not friends.
They're not friends, they're
Yeah.
attracted to each other.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
It's still not a friend. Okay.
Yeah, like we're
Yeah.
attracted to each other. We
Yeah.
like each other. So
Yeah.
now it's like we're doing things because we like each other.
Yeah, you want to be in that person's presence.
And it's just like we're spending time together. Now we're getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like I feel like with dating, it's just like I'm attracted to you physically. You're attracted to me physically.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be more than just I'm attracted to you, because it's like I see what type of person you are.
Mm-hmm.
She seems like a cool girl. She's fun. She's this. She's that. I'm attracted to her personality and to her physically, more than just like physical. Because if you think about that, like that's just how it's gonna come off, and then the attraction to personality comes after. But it's just like it has to be the same. That's why I say when I meet people, it's just like I'm not asking no strict questions. We're just like
Chill.
we're just vibing.
Just vibing, okay.
We're just talking right now. I see you, you see me. I'm attracted to you, but we're just vibing
Yeah.
with no title on it. Like
Yeah, and I guess that's the other thing I think where things can like go wrong sometimes in a dating is that when you start like when one person start expecting something from the other person, like expecting a title, you know, wanting them to put a label on it. I do think because the way dating is now a dating culture, I do believe that it is the right thing to do to officially ask a woman, will she be your girl, you know, or you know, or ask, you know, if it, you know, if unless you go straight to the engagement, I don't know, you know. I'm just saying, I think that it is nice that to do that officially, to kind of take the guesswork out of it,
yeah.
you know.
But as far as like, I think I was talking to one girl and she's like, we didn't have like a formal asking me to be a girl, like going out, doing this and that. I'm just like, wait, what are we talking about? I can understand like an official question, like, you know, I think you should start dating seriously, or I think you should take a step into a relationship. But as far as like gifting you and stuff like that, for you to be my girl, I'm just like,
Well, a conversation should definitely be
definitely
had.
a conversation.
A conversation, and that's really what I mean. A conversation should be had because if it's assumed now that we're just hanging out, we're just vibing, and we don't have a title, that means that we're still open to date other people.
Yeah.
I know if I've been seeing you for a little while, and when I say a little while, I mean if it's been a month or longer that we've seen each other almost every week or a couple times a week in a month, then I already know that I like being around you. and I would assume that that means that you like being around me.
Yeah.
And if I'm assuming that, it then kind of.
But now you have the right to ask that question. Like, are we seeing other people?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I tell you I'm not seeing anybody else, like I'm focused on building what we have here. Like that's it.
Okay.
I feel like that gives you an indication of like where this is going. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's fair because I don't think we always like talk about our feelings or be open to saying bringing those conversations up. I think often it's just easy to just leave the situation alone because if you're not getting what you want out of it, then and they clearly they must not be getting what they want out of it because they're not meeting a need somewhere. And it's just like, just let it die.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you did clearly ask a question, can we consider this seriously dating? Like, you're not talking to anyone else, I'm not talking to anyone else. Like, have we closed that off? And if someone says, like, yeah, we closed that off. You can't, now a man can't say, but you never told me you weren't talking to anybody else.
I don't know.
Like you haven't told me, like, because you can say, are we boyfriend and girlfriend? Some men will just like bleed into the next step. There's like certain, like, that's why I say there's so much. I think when I like went to college, I realized like there's so much gray area in everything. Nothing's just black and white. Only thing that's black and white is marriage. It's like, this is what it is. It's official. But other than that, everything else just blends in.
Yeah. I definitely, we're here on that because I believe it's a lot of gray. Like, and I feel like we live in gray. Even like, how law, it's like how we have this whole system where lawyers can find a loophole.
It's
loopholes. So it's just like, if I don't say weird thing, it's there's another thing, and I didn't say it, you didn't say it. So let's just do what we do. Especially if even though you've been seeing the person, you like them mostly, but there's some things that's just not where you want it to be. And it's just easier to not say it so you can still like explore other options to see if you can find what you're really looking for, you know? So
that's why I say, like, if we're in that type of situation, it's fine not to put a label. Sometimes you may go, that's like you may go, everyone wants to compare product. Like, this store is cheaper, but this is this. Once I realized that's what it is, the dating, that's why sometimes it takes so long, because people are comparing product. Like, well, this is this way, this is that way.
And that's dangerous.
It can be dangerous, but you have to look at it also, like, that final product is everything. Like, that's the foundation of your family for a man. So that final product is like important. Just like that final product for a woman is important. So you better really figure out, like, if that's what you want, or you just make your own product. If it has the essentials that you need, you gotta add your own ingredients. You can't be scared to like do that.
Add the own ingredients.
You have to.
3 questions you think a woman and or man should be asking when they're interested in someone?
I feel like one of the questions that should be asked is like the structure of your family. Like, how does things work? Like, how did things work in your family? Like, did your mom take care of this? Did your dad take care of that? Did they work together? I think that's like another pillar for me. Like, like, if they've ever played on any type of team or if they've ever been a part of something, because it's just like that's very important also. Yeah. So I mean, I guess that's also like a selfish thing when you look at it. But that's one of the questions. Another question is like, how do they feel about like family? Do they want to, have more kids? Do they not? I think that's very important. Just because it kind of gives you an idea of what they're okay with. Sometimes you may have women that don't want any kids at all, which is fine. But if you have kids, it's like one of those things like, well, how can we bring that together? Or it may just have to be one of those things where you have to separate it.
What do you mean?
Like, don't give you, if you know someone, I understand that sometimes people don't want to get close to your kids because they know they're gonna care for them as if they're their own. Now you have to now sometimes they feel like you put a barrier on them to say, you can't handle my kids this way, you can't handle them that way.
Yeah, that's.
So now it's just like, damn, like, I care for this kid like it's my own, but I don't really have no say-so in how I feel or what I think. So it's like, you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then you can look at it like, well, if this don't work out, I feel like something is like, I feel like now there's a part of me that's missing because I put so much into it. You know what I'm saying? So that's, that's one of those things when it comes to like blended families, that's like one of the craziest things if it don't work out.
When it comes to making a man feel safe, I believe, because conversations don't always have to be had, right? I feel like if we're talking and if we learn each other and it's a matter of if you still, I don't know, I believe that if you're a healthy person, if you are willing to still be around someone, it's because you feel comfortable enough to. If you feel comfortable enough to be around them, then I expect that you would communicate openly, And so what would you say make a man feel comfortable or feel safe to communicate openly, to share like what he's feeling, especially if it may have been a rough day or a goal that he's working towards that's proven to be a little bit more challenging than he expected, or even bring any challenges or issues he may have about the relationship to you, just to say like things that he may not be satisfied with. What makes a man feel safe to communicate?
It's like a consistent thing where it's like sometimes when men talk about something, they don't want to hear it again because it's like them talking about it makes them feel crazy of expressing themselves. So it's just like a lot of the time when we talk to our friends, we'll say something, we'll talk about it right there. We'll never hear it again. They'll never bring it up like, hey man, what about, this and that. It's like, damn, you gotta remind me about that. So with a woman, that's usually how it is. Normally we'll talk to you guys about it. Sometimes we don't even need to know how to fix it because we already know how to fix it. It's just a reassurance. It's like, well, I think you can do it. You gotta continue to hear that reassurance, well, I think you can do it. You know what I'm saying? We don't really need the advice on how to handle something. It's just the reassurance, well, I think you can do it. Well, if it's not working, you say, don't tell us to, well, just leave it alone. It's well, you may need to look at it from a different perspective. you know, and it's like, okay, now I gotta figure something else out. But it's like giving us that time to like work through it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already pressure enough to even think that we have to do something. Like, damn, I gotta do this or I gotta do that. And instead of that time limit, like, well, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. It's just like, you know, reassurance, like, hey, you know, just work through it.
Yeah, affirming that man. I think that's important. I think most people that, especially a man, most men that are masculine in nature usually need to be affirmed, you know, because that's that vulnerable side that they avoid tapping into with you or with a person, and is I don't know, I always think affirming them is a way of still like helping them not having to like maybe break down or just feel supported. Affirming them is a way to make them feel supported.
Mm-hmm. It has to be consistent. Like, even during the time where they can feel like they fail, like, it has to be consistent. Everything has to be consistent. Like, when something isn't consistent, it's off. It's like a pattern. You gotta understand, like, consistency, looking at consistency is like a survival thing. Like, for men, like, it's very much like instinct. Like, if I'm doing something, if something's off, you're like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Something off, something else is gonna be off. So that's why I say, like, when it comes to, like, there has to be a pattern. We focus on pattern. If a woman's a certain way, okay, I can move forward in this. It's like a progressive thing. Like, I'm doing this right, this should be the next step. When a pattern is off, they may not tell you, you may not know, but that pattern is off. So now he's recalibrating in his head, like, what's going on?
I could go on a whole tangent right now on how I'm feeling about what he's saying, because I mean, as a woman, I'm not sure if every woman looks at this, but we all have intuition, right? But I look at patterns, and I believe that when you pay attention to patterns, man or woman, when you notice something, a difference there, it is a reason for it. Now, how you uncover that reason is a whole other thing. You know, everyone had their ways of doing it. I feel like when, like, you have to make a decision when you see a difference in the pattern. It's a reason. I think that's why, like, some women, when they be like, oh, I think my man cheating on me, or, you know, because something in that pattern slipped, something changed. So and there's like usually something is going wrong somewhere, and that's what, you know, can be scary about if a man is willing to talk about it or not. And usually people don't always talk about their feelings, and that's where a whole lot of gray happens, and or even omitting some truths, some things. And so yeah, danger zone when the pattern slip.
Yeah, but that's right. Also one of the things, like, okay, if I bring this up, because like I said, in a certain relationship, you may not feel like you're at a place where, well, I have no say so, this isn't my this and that. So I see a pattern that I don't like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to take 2 steps back and see if it gets on track. And then I can progress, then I can continue on what I'm doing in this relationship. So that's why I say sometimes in these relationships, these situationships or something, there's a pattern that was broken. Man won't say nothing, but he's still gonna say, okay, she's still good at this. We're still good in this moment of doing these things. So I'll just keep this until either she breaks it off or I just meet somebody else.
There you have it. Just let it die. No, it's done.
So it's just like, I don't know, I just look at it as whatever you do, I understand you have days where you're not going to be consistent, but you got to try to be, especially if you're trying to build something, you got to be as consistent as possible.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to build anything, if someone tells me this is how you build a good business, you got to show up every day, I'm going to try my best to do the same thing every day. That's like with training or brushing your teeth, anything that you like, maintenance, like the consistency of it matters. You got to look at everything the same way. Like that's just how I am as a person. Everything I do, because I see how it works in one part, I look at it in everything else. Like the consistency is so important.
Yes. So when a man breaks that rapport with you by, stopping communication for however long it may be.
That's the thing. Like, but sometimes that's why I say you gotta look at the man, because his consistency in different things, it's not good. So it's just like, I don't know. You could just look at it's like I look at it like it's like a credit report. Like, you gotta look at it in one area of their life. Like, okay, this man is consistent in this. That's why some people look at successful people like, okay, he's successful, which means he should be consistent. But when you ask those questions, you better break down like how that success came.
Yeah, discipline, right?
Yeah, like was this handed to you? Like, they say, well, this business was handed to me and I just kept it up because I knew what to do. That may be like, you gotta kind of like give that time to kind of see like how consistent he is in other areas. You just can't take it like, okay, he's successful in business, so I assume he's consistent with everything. Like, no, you gotta know how that success came. Like, you gotta spend time to understand how that success came.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, they're good at this. Let me stick around and kind of like study them to understand like, how did that come about? Then you start to look at their patterns and other things. Okay, he's consistent in this, he's consistent in that, he's consistent in that. That's just the person he is. He's a consistent person. So he should be consistent with this.
Yeah, and if he
that's the time that's why I say it takes time. That's the time that a lot of people aren't willing to put in.
So how long? Are you talking years?
Sometimes it only seems like it takes years because you're not seeing that person every day. But that's why, like I say, I can put this into everything. If you're going to go to the gym 2 times a week, it's going to take years to get to where you're going to get to. If you get to 6, it may take a year. 6 times a week, it may take a year.
Okay.
But you got to know how much time you're willing to put in to condense that time down. Like, okay, let me stick around him. Let me talk to him on the phone every day. Let me do this. Let me kind of understand who I'm dealing with. To consistently get an understanding of what I'm dealing with. That's why I say you have to put all in. Not saying all your feelings in, but your attention.
Yeah.
Gotta put all your attention in to really understand, like, and that's why it's gonna be hard, because if your attention is on different people, you're not focused. You may think you're focused on that one person.
Or even if your intention is in a different area of your life.
Yeah, your attention can be, you can be dating, but most of your intention is on your work or your career. You can't possibly focus on 2 things at once.
I mean, I could try. I like multitasking.
You can't. I promise you can't multitask. Like, it's tough.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a family, you have different people relying on you. There's certain things and emotions that's coming out of you that you may not realize.
Yeah.
But someone looking from the outside in, they're like, I don't know about her. She's not really handling this as good as she thinks she is. But they're not going to tell you that. They'll just see it. And it's just like, you're like, why are they acting like that? But it's like they just see something. And they're kind of trying to see if you're acting a different way in a different season, or they'll just see like how long that continues.
Okay.
But it's just like when someone sees how you are, you're like, well, I don't think I'm that way. You just gotta kind of sit back and look at the picture from the outside and say, oh, I can see where you're coming from. Now, if you explain it to say like, okay, you gotta let them digest it to see like how do you feel about that? It's okay if you don't feel, if, you know, gotta let people know it's okay if you're not cool with it. I'm not mad. If we need to shut this down, that's fine. You feel what I'm saying? But you gotta give people grace.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching to the end. I really appreciate it. And I really hope that you enjoyed this interview and the others that's on this channel. And if so, or if you just want to support, please, you could do so by liking and subscribing to the channel. Thank you.